Welcome, welcome. Ecclesiastes 6 is where I'm at. Um, I enjoyed the Super Bowl. Chiefs 49ers 2024. It was a good game. Good halftime show. Great halftime show. Uh, Good game. Went down to overtime. Yeah, I liked it. It looks like we're going to have to get through Patrick for quite a few years to come in the AFC, which is. Uh, Maybe we can get one. Cause we couldn't beat Tom all them years, man. We had to get through Tom. We couldn't. We didn't do it. We didn't do it. Wild card, championship game. Woo woo woo. All season. Ba-da-da-ba-ba. So hopefully we'll get through Pat one time and get us one. All right. A classy. Number 6. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it weighs heavily on men. A man to whom God has given riches and wealth and honor, so that he lacks nothing of all that he desires. Yet God has not given him the power or capacity to enjoy them. All those things which are gifts from God, but a stranger, in whom he has no interest, succeeds him and enjoys them. This is vanity, and it is cause of great distress. If a man fathers 100 children and lives many years, however many they may be, but his soul is not satisfied with good things, and he is not respected and is not given a proper burial, he is not laid to rest in the sulfur of his fathers. Ooh, sepulture, sepulture, pulcher, sepulture, sepulture. Then I say, better the miscarriage than he, for the miscarriage comes in futility, in vain, and it passes into obscurity, and its name is covered in obscurity. It has not seen the sun, nor had any knowledge. Okay. Yet it has more rest and is better off than he. Even if the other man lives 1,000 years twice over, and yet has seen no good and experience no enjoyment, do not both go to one place. Okay. All the labor of a man is for his mouth, for self preservation and enjoyment, and yet the desire of his soul is not satisfied. For what advantage has the wise man over the fool? For being worldly wise is not the secret to happiness. What advantage has the poor man who has learned how to walk publicly among the living with men's eyes on him? For being poor is not the secret to happiness either. What the eyes see enjoying what is available is better than craving what the soul desires. Yeah, be thankful for what you got. Type enjoying what I have is better than craving what the soul desires. This too is futility and chasing after the wind, vanity. Whatever exists has already been named long ago, and it is known what a frail being man is. For he cannot dispute with him who is mightier than he. For there are many other words that increase futility. What then is the advantage for a man for who, limited by human wisdom, knows what is good for man during his lifetime, during the few days of his futile life? Futile life. He spends them like a shadow, staying busy, but achieving nothing of lasting value. For who can tell a man what will happen to him, to his work, his treasure, his plans under the sun after his life is over? A good name is better than precious perfume. In the day of one's death, better than the day of one's birth. I'm trying to get with you. All right. Okay, so when you're born out the womb, all that. Okay, so when we're death, we're in heaven, we're at peace. Assuming that we live the way that we should have, right? Yeah, on earth. Then we go. As to being born, we have to go through and figure out and hopefully stay the course and make it. I get it, like I get it that way. I get it. There's not many perceptions, Bible or world, that I can't like wrap my head around. And so like I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. Oh, you don't. Oh, your religion is. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. Da 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 da. That makes sense. Like most of the times. Yeah. All right. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that day of death is the end of every man, and the living will take it to heart and solemnly ponder its meaning. Okay. Yeah. You know, all the funerals I've been in, I don't think no one's ever used that. I mean, that I've went to, but I can't say I've not like a very attentive listener at the funerals. I zone out. It's not funny. Sorrow is better than laughter, for when a face is sad, deep in thought, the heart may be happy because it is growing in wisdom. Bars. The heart of the wise learns when it is in the house of the mourning, but the heart of fools is senseless in the house of pleasure. It is better to listen to rebuke of the wise man and pursue wisdom than for one to listen to the song of fools and pursue stupidity. For like the crackling of the burning thorn bush under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool. And this too is vanity. For oppression makes a wise man foolish, and a bribe corrupts the good judgment of the heart. The end of a matter is better than its beginning. Patience of spirit is better than haughtiness of spirit. Do not be eager in your heart to be angry, for anger dwells in the hearts of fools. Do not say, why were the old days better than these? Man, I want to say that again. Do not say, why were the old days better than these? For it is not wisdom that you ask about this. Man, so many people say that, in in other ways, man. Da 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 da. Back in the day, you could da 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 da. Wisdom along with an inheritance is good, and an excellent advantage for those who see the sun. For wisdom is protection, even as money is a protection. But the excellent advantage of knowledge is that wisdom shields and preserves the lives of its possessors. You're preserved with wisdom. Consider the work of God who can make straight what he has bent. Mm. I'm going to use that. No, I want to make it look, yeah. Who makes straight what he has bent? I really don't know where I'm going to use that at. Normally I have like an example. I don't know, but I know I need to write it down. Who can make straight what he has been? In the day of prosperity, be joyful. But in the day of adversity, consider that. God has made the one as well as the other, so that man will not find out anything that will be after him. In the day of prosperity, be joyful, but in the day of adversity, consider that. All right, I done thought about it a lot now. Okay, you made me like you made him, so that man will not find out anything that will be after him. I'm over, but I got like 4 paragraphs. Let's finish this up. I have seen everything during my fleeting days of futility. There is a righteous man who perishes in spite of his righteousness, and there is a wicked man who lives a long life in spite of his wickedness. So I'm laughing, but it's not funny. But that dude we don't like, the dude we don't get along with. We know he doing wrong. Everybody like he do not be excessively righteousness, like those given to self conceit, and do not be overly wise, pretentious. A smart aleck. See, I used to hear that a lot. Look, you're a smart aleck. It took me. I grew out of that eventually, though. Why should you bring yourself to ruin? Do not excessively or willfully. Do not be excessively or willfully wicked, and do not be a fool. Why should you die before your time? All right, so earlier you said these wicked dudes gonna live a long time, but all right, we're just gonna keep that in back. It is good that you take hold of one thing and also not let go of the other. Wisdom. Okay, so one thing, right? Okay. For the one who fears and worships God with all feel reverence will come forth with both therein. Wisdom strengthens wisdom strengthens the wise man more than 10 rulers who are in the city. Need that. I know, right? This might be the 20-minute joint. I don't know. Wisdom strengthens. I definitely know how I'll use that. I'll say, Lord, I'm asking for wisdom today because wisdom strengthens a wise man more than 10 rulers. I'm definitely using that one. All right, here we go. Indeed, there is not a righteous man on earth who always good. Facts. Also, do not take seriously everything that is said. Timely words, man. I really want you to just read it on your own. It don't have to be 5% you give this guy, 2% you give this guy. You don't even need, like, you know how they have like sections like, yo, read these scriptures for grace, or read these scriptures for forgiveness, read this. Just start reading it consistently. A timely word every time. I'm like, now how do he? Because right now, it's a little situation right now that I felt like it needed me to act on, me to you know what I'm saying, like, because I don't. All right, you just can't talk to me any kind of way, right? So I can't. So I needed that. Also, do not take seriously everything that is said. Cause I wanted to, like, yo, like, check yourself, man. You breathe air, you bleed blood. Like, yo, we the same. Like, right? All right. Anyway, all this stuff is timely. Get consistent. You'll get what you need on a regular basis. You won't be tripping. Like, all right, I made my point. Also, do not take seriously everything that is said, so that you will not hear your servant cursing you. For you also know that you have cursed many other times. Facts. I have tested all this wisdom. I said I shall be wise independently of God. But true wisdom was far from me. Whatever has been is far off, deeply remote, and exceedingly mysterious. Who can discover it? For it is beyond the grasp of man. I turned around and directed my heart to know, to investigate, and to seek skillful and godly wisdom and the reason for things, and to know that wickedness is folly, and that foolishness is madness, leading to stupidity and recklessness. And I discovered that all of irrational sins, none has been so deconstructive and beguiling one way from God as immoral women. For more bitter than death is the woman whose heart is composed of snares and nets, and whose hands are in chains. Whoever pleases God will escape from her, but the sinner will be taken captive. Behold, I have discovered this, says the preacher, while adding one thing to another to find an explanation. But I am still seeking, but I have not found. I have found one man among 1,000 who pleases God, but I have not found such a woman among all these 1,000 in my harem. Behold, I have found only this as a reason. God made man upright and uncorrupted, but they both, men and women, have sought out many devices for evil. All right, I went a little over that, but I definitely got a good word. I hope that you continue to read, and it's gonna come, and you're gonna see, and you're gonna be like, whoa. So stick with it. Thank you. Until next time.